When it comes to reality TV, it's all about the audience. The most important thing is to make sure that your viewers find the show interesting enough to watch daily. Often, the producers and directors will deliberately tailor some part of the show or throw in some scripted scenes and get criticized for it, and rightly so. The same happened with A&E Network's StorageWars, as a show that follows professional buyers and bidders to go around California looking for abandoned lockers and storage units that could fetch them a profit. The catch here is that the buyers aren't allowed to peek at the content of the locker before buying it, and with StorageWars, that is where the fun begins. The stuff inside these lockers is downright ridiculous sometimes, so it's understandable that people would have a hard time believing that it's all genuine odds. This is your favorite channel, Film Reads, and we've put together a list of the 10 strangest things found in StorageWars lockers so far. Just settle back and relax while we dive right in. Number 1. My Little Pony Collection. First on the list is the largest My Little Pony collection ever seen that Jared and Brandy ended up with. They wouldn't have guessed that such a childish and colorful thing would fetch them nearly $1,000. But believe it or not, that was its appraised value. The best part is that they only spent $50 in buying it. It's quite rare to find a complete collection of anything, so this was quite the find for the lucky people. Number 2. Vintage Peep Show Machine. This machine was the 20th century version of the portable DVD player. It was a giant spinning wheel used to watch films by cranking it and watching the images spin around in a circle, like a flip book. It earned the name Peep Show because it was often used to watch scandalous movies. It was Barry's biggest pull during the short time that he was on the show. Resold at $7,000, it also became one of the most unique antique items on the show. Number 3. The Comic Book Store. Daryl Sheets had gained quite the reputation for frequently hitting the jackpot on storage units. This man is willing to put big money on lockers that he has a hunch about. No wonder he came to be popularly known as the Gambler. So, it's no surprise that he ended up winning a storage locker containing the entire inventory of a comic book store. It had everything from vintage comic books to action figures, still in top-notch condition. Number 4. The Elvis Collection. Newspapers may have lost their value ever since cell phones and social media entered the scene, but certain newspaper clippings from momentous times in history still hold an immense value today. This was a good thing for Dave Hester, who wound up bidding on a unit he had no clue contained tons of newspaper clippings from the day Elvis died. These clippings, along with some other Elvis collectibles, added up to be worth an estimate of $90,000. Talk about hitting the jackpot. Number 5. Vintage Architectural Tools. Next on the list is another considerably expensive vintage item. It was an old toolbox used by architects to design buildings, create projects, and maps in the 1930s. The kit wasn't in perfect condition, but it would still manage to barter a whopping $1,000, which would earn Daryl a decent profit on his $575 that he spent on a storage unit. Now that we're halfway through the video, why don't you take a moment to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel so that you never miss out on any awesome content from us. Done? Awesome. Let's get back to the video. Number 6. World War II Minesweeper. Eager to get his hands on any locker that's packed with items that he can use to fill his store, Ivy beat Dave in a small bidding battle to win this locker that contained an army container, a helmet, and a mysterious-looking thing that turned out to be a minesweeper. Yup, a minesweeper, used to find mines hidden in the ground during World War II. The whole container brought in $4,400 in value. Number 7. Vintage Dental Equipment. Every once in a while, one of the StorageWars cast will come across ridiculously crazy items in a storage locker that has no reason being there, and get it appraised. For example, when Barry found this box with vintage dental equipment in Season 2. Inside it, there was a tooth puller that was 200 years old whose purpose was to loosen the tooth before pulling it out. It's painful to even think about that. Number 8. Human Skeleton. Dave Hester got quite the shock when he discovered a human skeleton in one storage unit, complete with hands, arms, and skull. An expert revealed that it was in fact real, but judging from the way it had been professionally cleaned, had nylon strings attached to it, its various parts, it was most likely being stored to be used in medical schools and universities. Number 9. Voodoo items. I think I speak for everyone when I say that it gave me the creeps when Brandy discovered several voodoo items in her locker. It contained a deer skull, a bag of chicken bones, a bat on a stick, and even human hair. Number 10. Frank Gutierrez artwork collection. This was by far the biggest find in the show's existence. Daryl Sheets in Season 3 found a locker containing the biggest collection of Frank Gutierrez's artwork. It had paintings of all shapes and sizes and ended up being appraised for $300,000. Perhaps it was the artist's own locker, or maybe it was a fan or someone who was looking to sell the pieces but lost the chance. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. And that's it for today. We thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you guys next time.